What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Recruits video, and today we're here to talk about rare recruit characters. Now, it's actually been a long time. I had a look on my YouTube channel. It's been a long time since I uploaded a video just talking about, like, which are the best rare recruits in the game, and this is a question that a lot of newer players are going to have, you know, which of the rare recruits that I summoned for, like, which of them are the ones I'm actually going to be using, because a lot of them are actually pretty bad, especially the older ones, and in this video today, I want to go from the earliest release to the current release on global and just talk about which of these characters are you actually going to use. So we're currently here on the French One Piece Treasure Cruise website, and we're going to be using this website to like highlight characters of ones that you may want to take note of, okay? So this is going to be a relatively long video. There's a lot of characters to get through, so I want to kind of get through this as fast as possible. I will just kind of say, if a character is better for their support effect or used for their special ability, because for example, these first few ones, they're pretty bad units in general, but with their support effects, they're actually relatively good. Ace support, this support, this support. Those three in particular are very, very good. I know that this Lion Song Zoro does have a support as well, but I know it's not very good. The Fate Golds, all of them are pretty bad. The Whitebeard Pirates, Vista I've used a decent amount back in the day. He's just a fixed damage dealer. It's nothing special. The rest of these are pretty bad though. Whitey Bay has a very good support, so don't mind that. And Haruta is one you may want to consider. If you don't own Legend Buggy, Haruta is one you want to keep, because Haruta has a captain effect that says at the end of the quest, you have a chance to dupe drop an item. And if you don't have Buggy, this is like the next best thing pretty much. So I just want to highlight that one just in case if you guys don't have him. As for the old school supernovas, this Apu has a good support, you have a good support, you have a good support, and the rest of them are pretty lame. I don't know why these guys are here actually, that's kind of strange, but those three in particular have good supports, the rest of them not so much. You have a good support, but it's not super amazing, I'll admit. Karasu's good, of course, you're good. You're sometimes used, the rest of these are pretty bad though. CP9 characters, you have a decent support, it's not used very much though. Kaku is okay, but not really used. Jabra has a decent support, not really too good though. As you can see, a lot of these older rare recruits are so bad. It's been a long time since these units came out. I'm pretty sure like none of these are actually used anymore, unfortunately. Sometimes Diamante if you've got the max special ship, but not amazing, because like Legend Kaido is basically a better version of this. You've got Sugar as well. Like Sugar, I guess, but not really. Like she's not actually used. Like a lot of these are pretty bad units. And by the way, this doesn't mean that if these units are grayed out that you should instantly sell them. You should keep a copy of every single unit in the game just in case, because you never know when that one unit is going to come in clutch, right? You just never know. As for the 3-day 2-year units, unfortunately a lot of these are pretty bad. This unit's okay though, but this Nami is sometimes used as well. She has a really unique special where she can select one character in your team and it removes all bind of them completely. So if they've got like 50 turns of bind, this special can get rid of that, which is cool. This Robin is okay. She does fixed damage. She uses a health reducer, which can be useful depending on the team composition. As for the Corridor Colosseum, this Elizabello is great, really good damage. If you limit break him and rainbow him out, he's super useful to have. Mancherry has a great utility and healing special, but as for the rest, they're pretty bad. These are the 3-day, not the 3-day 2, these were the Strongworld Straw Hats. Sanji, not really used too much, but had a really interesting special. Usopp is basically Golden Pound Usopp, but a little bit better. His cooldown's a bit higher though, unfortunately. These are actually pretty bad units, honestly. Looking at them now, when they first came out, some of them were actually really like OP and some of the best rare recruits in the game. Not so much anymore. This Smoker is great. This Kobe, I think, is sometimes used. He's got a good support though, this Kobe. The rest of them are pretty bad, but this Smoker is really nice to have because he's a character that can switch into your captain position for 2 turns, so you can get through enemy preemptives. This Kobe has a good support though, not really too much else though. Lafitte has a fantastic support, the rest of them are pretty bad. I'm not even going to highlight Shiryu, I don't advise to use Shiryu, it's just not a very good concept honestly. Lafitte though, fantastic. Reunion of the Straw Hats. Time Skip Nami, arguably one of the best rare recruits in the game, probably top 5 best rare recruits in the game in my opinion. Sanji has a great support. Brook was sometimes used, this Robin is sometimes used, but mainly these are the 2 best ones from this batch for sure. From the Fishman Island. Now Neptune is an interesting one. If you do not own Legend Jack, then you want to be having Neptune because he is an EXP boosting captain. Very nice to have. As for the rest of them, Praline is phenomenal, removing defense up, percent damage reduction, damage threshold, all by 5 turns, really strong to have. And then Hachan has a great special and a great support effect. And then this Kami is okay as well. The Straw Hat Accomplices, you know, Perona's okay. The Boa Sisters are okay. Like, Beppo okay. Like, Beppo, his support is sometimes used. It's a little bit niche in my opinion, though. I don't use him that much. And the Boa Sisters, I guess I'll highlight the Boa Sisters because they're actually pretty decent together. You can use them in teams. They're okay. As for Zoro, all of them are pretty bad. Colosseum Sicilian's just a better unit. Wanda is not very good. Kindemon's not very good. Momo is not very good. Clash of the Great Pirate Era, though, this unit's good, and this unit is actually pretty good. Good support on Crocodile, has an okay special, but this Kuma is phenomenal. Double special activation, great utility. It's a Kuma unit, so you can have Bonnie support attached to him as well. Like this unit's fantastic. Very, very nice. 20th anniversary. This Usopp's good. This Frankie's good. This Robin's good. This Sanji's good. This Nami's okay. But the rest of them are just, you don't really use them too much. A lot of these have actually pretty good supports that will give you really beneficial effects throughout the fight. Their specials, though, are not great, but just mainly their supports are good. Impel down, good support on this Jinbei. The rest of them are pretty bad. I guess technically you could use Hannibal. It's a bit niche, though, because he only attaches to Magellan and gives you a conditional boost if the enemy's toxic. So technically, yeah, you can use it if you use, like, Legend Magellan or something like that. Not the greatest support, though, but I guess I'll highlight it. Now, as for a new Dressrosa batch, this Cavendish is sometimes used, conditional boost, and changes block orbs, which is good. This Viola is sometimes used. Bellamy has a great support. Treble has a great support. The rest of them, unfortunately, I can't really say too much about them. I guess technically you could say Senor Pink is one you may want to think of, because he has a special that gets rid of damage immunity, which is okay, because there aren't many characters in the game that remove damage immunity, but I guess I'll leave it at that. You know, he's okay, not really used that much, but the rest of them are pretty mediocre. We have some more rare recruits, the Germa 66. Okay, so we've got multiple batches because we have the first Germa, their Super Evolutions, and then the second Germa, and then their Super Evolutions. Honestly speaking, it's nice to just have every version of this Germa unit because you never know when you're going to need it. So I think all of these Germa units in their own distinct way are useful to have. That's just my opinion on it. So if you have the capabilities to, make sure to get at least one copy of it, or at least 2 copies of each of the units, and then you'll have one for regular version and then one for the Super Evolution. That's the way that I look at it. Now, as for the waifus, Nami is great with a great special and support. Carrot, same thing, great support, great special. Also, same thing with Shirahoshi, great support, great special. Alvida is great. Tashigi is actually not too bad either. And then all 3 of these are great. Like, all of these are good. The only one that isn't really used is Koala. She's just super mediocre. However, now that I'm thinking about it, she has a good support. So actually, all of these waifus are pretty good in some capacity, whether it be their support or their special. Whole Cake Island. Now, Chopper is okay. Carrot's not good. This Brook's good. Pedro is sometimes used. Chiffon is good. Her cooldown's a little high, though. Gastina is not bad. These 2 are bad. Nami's good. Capone isn't very good, though. So these are the ones that you shouldn't really worry too much about. But the other ones are all pretty nice in some way. Now, the movie batch. Okay, so we've got Dice. He's good. Baccarat is so good. This unit is a must-max character. Really, really strong. You've got Karina, who has a great special and a good support. You're bad. Ayn is one of the best ones in the game for sure. Robin's good. Brook and Chopper. Chopper's okay. He's got a good, pretty decent special, I suppose. Brook, not so much. Zoro, not so much. Nami is good. And then these 2 are really good too. If you get the Stampede, Croc, and Buggy, count yourself lucky because they're very, very difficult to summon. But if you do get them, yeah, they're great. They're really, really nice to have. So Marineford, there's lots of stuff in Marineford. We got Marco, he's fantastic. The rest of these are not good. Okay, you're good, you're good. You're okay, but you're pretty outdated, though. I don't even know if I want to put him here, because he's... Honestly, in today's day and age, this guy probably isn't really used that much anymore. But when he first came out, he was a really good rare recruit, of course. The rest of these are pretty bad. I'm not really too sure on these guys. I know that a lot of them are pretty decent. I'm not going to really focus on the Japan characters, mainly just the ones that are available here on Global. This batch was from Ace versus Akainu, so this batch will be coming out very soon. But from Marineford, I think only these 3 are ones that I would actively use in today's meta, basically. Enemies of Zoro. Kaku's fantastic. Mr. 1 is used sometimes. He's really good for the 10-star difficulty GARP challenges, so I would probably leave him here like that. But the other 2, I mean, Hyoso's okay as well. He's got a pretty decent special ability. Ryuma is just kind of average. Like, if you've got legends, they just outright replace him, honestly. You've got the dual units here. I mean, they're all pretty good, honestly, in their own way. This Smoker Toadskii isn't used too much. This is a free color affinity. This is great utility. Like, this is the best one here. This one right here is the best one. But the other two can still be used for sure. The Big Mom Pirates. Okay, so Brulee's not very good. Amand is okay. Bobbin is fantastic. This unit is big. If you get this unit, be very, very, very happy about that. Oven is just a booster. Zeph is okay. He has a decent support though, I guess. Pudding is fantastic. Really, really good unit here. What's his name? Peckins. Peckins is good as well because he removes enemies' blue shield completely. Pretty useful to have. Smoothie's good. Perispero is good. Crack is okay, but can be replaced by Legends. Daifuku's a little bit mid. Stussy is a little bit mid. I like Opera. I think Opera is a pretty nice unit to have. Galette's nice to have. And then these two are really good. I love these two. I use them a lot, actually, so they're solid units. The Big Mom Pirates, there's actually a lot of good Big Mom Pirate characters, actually, which is nice. For the Beast Pirates, though, Hold'em's fantastic. These two are really nice to have. And then this guy, I mean, honestly, all of them are pretty nice to have. All of these characters are really useful in their own right. You know, sometimes you will need to have like a unit like Speed that can give you cooldown reduction, reduce enemy defense. Just, you never know when certain units are going to be useful. Like, you know, I might say, you know, that Daifuku isn't really used that much, but there are certain pieces of content where Daifuku is nice to have for sure. Now, the Halloween batch, a lot of these are pretty bad, actually. I think the only ones that I'd say is probably, I mean, Buggy's definitely the best one here for sure. But, I mean, Dofi, he removes resilience completely, but you don't actively need a special like that. You're bad, and then Boa is just, like, okay. I would say just Halloween Buggy is the best one for sure. From Reverie, Kobe's probably the best one here. Bonnie has a great support though. She's one of that support that I was talking about with Kuma. You attach it to Kuma, and whenever you're inflicted with bind, you remove 5 turns of it. Like, such a good support. Don't get me wrong though, is that Viola's a really good rare recruit though. She gives you adjacent slots matching, 2x attack to cerebral units, double special activation, really good. But you know, as I said, you know, there's just legends that can do better stuff than what she can, and not a unit that you really need to worry about too much. These two though are really good. So we've got this batch here. This is a very interesting batch. This is a good unit. This is a good unit. And these two are good units. That's a good unit too. NL's not a great unit. He's good in PvP, but in regular content, not so much. He's a little bit of a mid type of unit. I don't really think you should, you know, focus too much on this guy when you've got some of the other ones that we've talked about earlier. These ones are all really strong units that do see active play for sure. The selected characters, okay. So we've got this batch. All of these are pretty bad, honestly. Like, these 3 are characters that you basically never use. I do use this unit for the NL challenge because it reduces your crew's health by like 1%, so it helps you get around stun, but not a good character that sees a lot of play. Wano Country, Otama's good, you're good. Bronkichi's good, you're fantastic. And that's basically, I mean, like, the other ones are, yeah, they're somewhat useful, but they're not characters that you'll see used a lot. And you could say the same thing about Otama, or no one really uses Otama a lot, but, you know, she's a good rare recruit, you know, she gives you healing and utility. Pretty nice unit to have. Bonkichi's, I love Bonkichi, such a good special. Roger Pirates, okay, so Rayleigh's fantastic. Crocus is okay. Cat Dog are also just okay, but I think Rayleigh's the best one here for sure. The Christmas units, unfortunately, I don't think these Christmas units are really that great either. I think Leo's okay. But Neptune, I think, is probably the better one because he gives you color affinity plus utility. He removes Rainbow Shield and he removes Chain Coefficient Reduction. Leo is just like, he's just okay. And don't get me wrong, some of these units that I haven't highlighted do still see some play, but the ones that I have highlighted are ones that I actively use in a lot of content, or have used a lot in a lot of content, that definitely help you out a lot. So even saying like Strawberry, for example, isn't a good unit, but you never know. Sometimes you might need his utility that he provides. But this is just going to show you that if you are pulling in the game and you end up pulling some of these rare recruits, these are the ones that you may want to focus in on. And, you know, depending on what type of teams you guys are building, these units are going to help you out a lot for sure. There's a lot of fantastic rare recruits that we've gone over in this video, and man, it's just crazy to like just go through all of this, and considering this is like, you know, six and a half years worth of global releases, man. There's so many new characters, man. So many characters, so many good supports, lots of good rare recruits. It's crazy to see it, man. It's crazy to see it. But that is going to wrap this one up pretty much, guys. So we've gone through from start to finish for regular batch rare recruits, which in my opinion are the ones that see a lot of active play. You know, some of these are definitely a little bit outdated compared to others, but, you know, these are, you know, pretty much in general, the best ones in the game is what I would say. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. You know, this video is mainly tailored towards players that are a little bit newer to the game, so that you can give a little bit of an insight as to what are the characters you should probably focus in on. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this one today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.